we gotta do is win. So if they sleep on you, tuck them in. Meet me at the top, if you bought, I'll drop my pen. So many stars in the making, thank you, sing. Eyes on the prize, I say passionate. I got the sauce like Diana, vision like Matheson. They say patience is a virtue, so I went around the world and back again. Now NSL be on the map, no more imagining, it's happening.
Greetings from the Stampede City, where we're swapping cowboy boots for football boots in the Northern Super League, presented by BMO, official bank of the NSL. Nigel Reid in the booth alongside former Canadian Youth International Jessica Lisi, welcoming you to McMahon Stadium, where the Calgary Wild and the Vancouver Rise clash for the first time this season. Both teams desperate for victory. The Wild still chasing that first win. The champions have looked anything but in recent weeks. Jess, we have to address the elephant in the room. Calgary, poor decision making in Ottawa last time out.
Yeah, it was quite a big struggle for them in that Ottawa Rapid match. They struggled on both sides of the ball, whether that was decision-making coming forward or that was defensive decision-making. And you can see here, there's just way too much space for the Rapid to be able to take advantage and create chance after chance after chance. They were not on the same page. They were not cohesive. You can see the gaps here, so there's the big gaps in between their lines as well as within their lines. And ultimately, Ottawa's able to capitalize on it. And this was sort of the story of the match, Nigel. They struggled on all fronts. Not the strongest showing from them, and Michaela Moore is somebody that really needs to step up this time around. She struggled a little bit coming out of the back last matchup, giving the ball away too easily, but her leadership is going to be needed to keep this team connected today.
Tall New Zealander at the heart of the back line for the Calgary Wild. And just one change to that team beaten in Ottawa last time out, and that is the return of Jackie Savitsky in a holding midfield position, comes in for Andy Williams in a 4-2-3-1 formation. We expect to see Jurian Borkham playing as a central striker with Jones and Thurton to her left and right, respectively. Now, of course, it's all happening in Calgary. They've named a new head coach this week. She is Leah Blaney from Australia, and I had a chance to talk to her just a little while ago. Leah, first and foremost, welcome to Canada. It's a beautiful day in Calgary. You're taking on a big job in a big sports city. What excites you most about this challenge?
Yeah, look, it's an extremely exciting challenge. We know the momentum that the Northern Super League has, and we know the investment in women's football all over the world. So it's just exciting to come to a league that is part of that momentum, and Calgary in particular, I'm excited to hit the ground running with later this week.
And what will you be doing today? Can you sit back in the sunshine and enjoy the game, or are you going to be taking furious notes from the first to the last whistle?
Yeah, look, I certainly won't be sitting back here enjoying the sunshine. I'll be up with our analysis team. Obviously, I arrived very late Wednesday evening, so I've had some good opportunities to go in and meet the team and just get a good feel for the environment, and obviously continue to make observations today and, just keep us moving forward.
Leah, thanks for this. Enjoy the game. Welcome to Canada. Leah Blaney takes over officially as head coach on Monday. Vancouver Rise, Jess, well, again, just not good enough defensively last time in Montreal.
Well, I don't think you can say much about the performance when you've allowed 5 goals into the back of your net, so that was a big struggle for them. They weren't able to get goal side. They were very reactive in moments when they needed to be proactive. They left way too much time and space for Montreal to take advantage. And you could see even here just a lack of awareness of where those runs are coming from in behind Okamoto. So they absolutely need to be stronger today defensively and offensively. And I think Sura Yeka is somebody that's going to have to step up today. She struggled as well last matchup. There was a few moments where she was too reactive. So can she lead this back line into a stronger performance?
Back three for the Vancouver Rise, but there are changes, major changes, 4 changes in all, including the return of Morgan McCaslin in goal, Kennedy Faulkner into that back three, the Colombian Camilla Reyes back in midfield, and up front, Mariah Lee, because Latifa Abdu is not available, picked up an injury in training this week, so Lee will lead the line. First start of the season for Kennedy Faulkner. I had a chance to talk to her a little while ago. Kennedy, it's been a bit of a frustrating season for you. You've had to deal with injuries and suspension, but now you're back in the starting lineup today, so congratulations on that. I guess it's a chance for you to really kickstart your own season.
Exactly, yeah. Happy to be back with the team and just impact in any way that I can. So, yeah, happy to be back.
Now, tell us about this rivalry between Vancouver and Calgary Wild, because the cities aren't that close to each other. But your coach was telling us yesterday, whenever you go to Calgary, they make it really tough for you.
Right. I think it starts off from our very first game in the Northern Super League, like the opener at BC Place playing against Calgary, and since then it's kind of been a back and forth. So, you know, it's always a good team to play against, and I know they're going to give us a battle, but we're ready for it, and we're excited for this game today.
We're looking forward to the battle ahead. Thanks, Kennedy, for your time, and enjoy the game. The rivalry is about to resume. It's a hot day in Calgary, nearly 30 Celsius, gusty winds. Kick-off just around the corner.
Watching dough rise always fills me with inspiration.
Don't ever look at my savings account. The dough doesn't rise.
BMO has 2 simple ingredients to make your savings rise. Great interest rates and no monthly fees.
Yeah, that would do it all right.
Plus, get a cash bonus for opening a checking and savings account.
So BMO helps your savings grow bigger faster.
Like a triple dose of yeast.
You're hired.
What? No, I wasn't looking for it.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
BMO.
First game. First whistle. First goal. First jersey. First autograph. First favorite player. First away game. First big win. First time thinking, that's gonna be me. Firsts help us move forward together. Toyota, founding partner of the first professional women's soccer league in Canada.
We are deep into stoppage time. Oh, they must be careful here. Oh, no! But hang on, they are checking it. It's going to be in the hands of the VAR. The goal has been reversed! They have felt everything it is possible to feel.
It is week 12 of the Northern Super League. Already today, the leaders have extended their lead. Ottawa coming from behind to win in Toronto by 2-1, 7-point gap at the top of the table. These are the teams currently occupying 5th and 6th position. It is the Calgary Wild still chasing that first win of the season against the champions of 2025, the Vancouver Rise, who will play in green and gold jerseys today. Nice Ularbi in your picture there, wearing 26. Explosive start to the season. Thought she'd scored a 3rd goal in as many games in Montreal last weekend, but it was ruled out. But she is emerging as a potent threat for the Rise. In the neon violet, yes, it is neon violet, with the red numbers, the Calgary Wild. Can they go wild today? Can they find the net? Can they secure their first win of the season? Final game in charge for interim head coach Sinead McSharry before the introduction officially of Leah Blaney, whom we heard before the break, the Australian who takes the hot seat officially on Monday. Warm day, as I mentioned, at McMahon Stadium. Temperature around 29 Celsius, but at pitch level probably several degrees warmer than that, so hydration breaks are highly likely. 2 games between these teams at this venue. Back in 2025, as you just get a glimpse there of Sinead McSharry. And Calgary won them both by 2-1. Talking to Anya Heiner-Muller on the visiting bench yesterday, there she is, and she says, you know what, there is rivalry. Whenever we go to Calgary, they make it really hard for us to play, So even though, Jess, Calgary haven't got a win so far this season, this is not a foregone conclusion, is it?
No, absolutely not. They're going to come up for this game. They're going to be hyped up, and they also have a bit of chip on their shoulder, Nigel. They are still chasing that first win. So I think that we're going to see a very aggressive and front-footed Calgary Wild side today that's not going to back down without a fight.
We are all set for kickoff. The green and gold of the Vancouver Rise, the 2025 champions, attacking the goal to your left in this first half against the Calgary Wild. What would they give for an early goal? And as we thought, Jorian Bockham from Scottsdale, Arizona, is taking up that central striking role, having moved from a left wing position, I suppose you would say, in the last game. But it's so important, isn't it, for the Calgary Wild to get through the first 20 minutes of this game, which they nearly managed last weekend in Ottawa, and set their stall out, make it as difficult as they can for Vancouver Rise. Two teams, we've talked about Calgary's record, but Vancouver's not much better. Winless in their last 4, 1 draw, 3 losses, and just 4 goals scored in those last 4 games. So neither team, you could say, is bang in form. Sheila Couture from Saint-Georges, Quebec, by the way, is our referee. Kelsey Carruthers is the 4th official. Mia Pante, who generally operates as a left wing back, wearing 22 for the Rise. Story with the throw in. Sarita Thurton will give chase.
Good, perfect.
Down towards the corner flag as the Vancouver Rise look to clear, but the corner is conceded. And an early chance for Maggie Doherty-Howard, the captain of the Wild, to execute a set piece.
It's also some great pressure from Sarita Thurton.
Short corner changes the angle. Doherty-Howard again, left-footed this time, chipped into the area. Keeper waits for it to bounce, and it bounced kindly for Morgan McCaslin. Bowls it out. Vancouver in a hurry on the counter-attack. Hard challenge coming in there. Tilly James was a little too aggressive for the referee's liking as Jess DeFilippo made her way forward. 2 11s coming crashing into each other.
And Tilly James has really come up for the Wild this season, Nigel. She's been having quite a good season. You see that she's very engaged at all times. She is not afraid to go into tackles 100% of the time. But I, as you see there, just a little bit too overeager from her and ends up catching DeFilippo.
Surayeka takes the free kick. DeFilippo, 4 goals so far this season, but also 4 yellow cards. I'm sure she's aware of that. And should she receive another yellow card today, it will translate into a 1-game suspension. So she needs to be a little bit careful. Welcome back doing some defending for the Wild. Charge down into the area. There are players well forward here for Vancouver. Clearance is charged down. Still not convincing. As Calgary look to pressure the Vancouver backline. Stordy all the way back to the goalkeeper, Caitlin Talbot, who, despite a 3-1 loss last week in Ottawa, performed heroics. I was just checking the stats. She made, would you believe, 12 saves in that game, which gives you an idea of what the score might have been had Talbot not been in the way on one too many occasions for the Rapid.
Yeah, I certainly do believe it, Nigel. We were on that game and we were raving about how great Talbot had been on the day, and that was something that, you know, McSherry had mentioned, that she wanted Talbot to really step up and start performing a little bit more cleanly in the back, and that's exactly what she did. So will she have to do that again today? I think for Calgary's sake, they're hoping not so much, because that means less shots on goal, but she's definitely proven that she's up for the task if it comes to that.
Okay, let's talk about the big picture. When you're in a bit of a rut as a team, how difficult is it to actually reverse that trend, to believe, to have that confidence, and to actually go out and execute on the field?
I mean, it's extremely frustrating to be in a rut in the first place, right? Especially when you look at the person next to you and you know that you're giving 100% and the person next to you is giving 100%, but in the end, the results are just not quite falling your way. But unfortunately, it is a big mentality thing. You just have to be able to stay locked in and trust the game plan and trust your own ability and trust those next to you and just continuously do what you're good at and lean into your strengths, which with Calgary, a big part of that is those transitional moments. And then it's about being able to be clean and sharp in the final third when it matters.
Nearly bounce for Borkum. Trust is such a big word, isn't it? And you look around the field, you look at a teammate and you think, do I really trust her? Is she really going to execute? Shall I pass it to her or shan't I bother?
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And I mean, and that's a part of the game, right? You're always going to have to look at the person next to you and have all the faith and trust in them. It is a team sport at the end of the day, but you do have to have that trust in yourself as well and your own abilities to be able to go forward and be the difference maker when you're called upon.
Faulkner puts it up the line. Storey with the header. Borkum was interested, couldn't get there. Storey will tidy up at the back for the Calgary Wild. All the way back to Talbot. Still hoping to record her first clean sheet of the season, as for that matter is Morgan McCastle at the other end. This is her 5th appearance today for the Rise. Golden Glove winner from 2025, but neither of these starting keepers have got a shutout so far this season. Moore. Sonia O'Neill alongside her as the central defensive pairing. Pante into the box, danger here, will go for goal and will score. And it is the opening goal inside the first 7 minutes. And once again, Calgary's defence was suspect, nothing that Talbot could do about it. And Mia Pante scores the opening goal at McMahon Stadium.
That's really well done from Pante. It's a bit of individual brilliance. She has the confidence to be able to go at this Calgary back line and take the space that's given to her. You'll see it here. She fights with Sonia to be able to get on the better side of her, continues to drive forward and strikes it. She tries it. It goes off Michaela Moore and deflects into the back of the net. But that mentality aspect, Nigel, you can see the fight and the grit in her. This is a great goal. Just exactly what Vancouver needed to start out this game.
Mia Pante with the opening goal and her first goal in the Northern Super League. 23-year-old from North Vancouver. First year in the league. Actually on loan from the Italian club AS Roma. So perfect start for the Vancouver Rise. And so suddenly everything is rosy in the garden. Not so much for the Calgary Wild. I mean, it was a straight foot race, wasn't it? And Pante just wanted it more. That's what I saw.
Yeah, she certainly did. And you could see, again, that mentality from her. And she put that physical battle in. We've seen Sonia put physical battles in time and time again, but she wasn't able to win that one. So it does come down to who wanted it more in the end. And Pante was able to walk away with the point.
So already a mild hill to climb in a blustery, hot day in Calgary for the Wild. Coming together, involving Borkum. Free kick will go the way of Calgary Wild. Jorian Borkum still looking for her first goal of the season. There haven't been many for the Calgary Wild so far this season. But possibilities here perhaps, all the way across goal. McCastle got something on it. Borkum trying to turn and fed it straight back into the arms of the Vancouver goalkeeper. But action stations inside the Vancouver penalty area.
Maya Jones just needed to be a little quicker there with her decision making. Can she play an earlier cross to Borkum, who has that ability to be right inside the 6 at that moment and just deflect it towards goal, but instead opts to take a few more touches. She does get a good delivery in, but can it be done earlier?
Faulkner. Yaka on the right-hand side of that back three. Tori Tumeth, the Australian, in the middle. One for Storey. There's time to consider her options. Savitsky gave it away in a dangerous area, and Vancouver are looking hungry again. Calgary allows play to run for the time being. Calgary just struggling to get out of their own third for the time being. Yeka from Tumouth. And Jamie Perreault playing high right for the Vancouver Rise. Castle looking for the direct option flicked on. Talbot had time to direct it, but again, green and gold of the Rise come looking again. Perreault on the right-hand side. And for Yeka. 21 of the 22 players in the Calgary half of the field. Only McCaston, the Rise goalkeeper, is not. Narby the ball in field, and the shot is relatively tame. Talbot saw it coming, and no problem for the Calgary keeper.
Seeing Vancouver possess that ball in Calgary's half, but can they be more dangerous when they are about to go towards frame?
Pate steals it again. Onside, is it? No flag. Talbot forced to clear up towards halfway just to relieve the pressure in the early going. They've already conceded that early goal. Will be a Calgary throw, which Storey will take. Malcolm and Thurton ahead of her. Referee's whistle. Sheila Couture wants a word here before we resume. Malcolm and I think Pante. Just a little too close quarters for the referee's liking. Back they go at it again. This time it will be a Vancouver throw. Minutes gone. We already have the opening goal. It came on my watch in the 7th minute. Yeah, Pante. Solo show. Mark the left-hand side. Pete O'Neill. Talking of beating, Bockham's done well here. He's got some chances to put it into the area. Now, can Calgary take advantage? And that's going to float over the top of the bar. And the half chance is squandered. McCaston not called into action.
It's a well-timed slide tackle from Bockham. She does what she needs to do, and then she gets this ball across. She does end up finding Robertson, but not much out of that. Calgary, again, a team that hasn't created much in the offensive third throughout this season, and then when they do, they've struggled to really be precise and be clinical, and so they have to be better in those moments. Can they create something, at least keep it on frame, potentially a rebound, but they have to do better.
Clean challenge. Yeka was in quickly. Or it's Perreault, I beg your pardon, on that far side. More forced to clear long under pressure. Throw into Calgary, midway inside their own half of the field. Wild have lost 5 of the last 6, and just 2 goals scored in those last 6 games. In stark contrast, they've conceded 15. Stark statistics, but the facts don't lie. And, well, you can add another goal now with Pante's effort early in the game. O'Neill for Michaela Moore. Trying to find Thurton, does so. Robertson, head up, Bockham. Now, is she onside? She looks like she timed it perfectly into the area, Bockham, waiting for the troops to arrive. Was that a handball? Looked like one. Referee says penalty.
Yeah, that's a clear-cut handball. You see Faulkner's hand go up as she goes down to slide tackle and block that cross. You'll see again here, but Bockham does so well, times her run, and you see Faulkner, she goes to get low and block that cross, but her hand is up, clear cut. smacks the hand.
No question that it was, hand was away from the body in an unnatural position. That's a handball inside the penalty area. It is a penalty, and I would imagine that Doherty Howard will take responsibility, the Calgary captain. Calm, cool, collected, perfect penalty. McCasland went the wrong way, and after 15 minutes, Maggie Doherty Howard squares it all up at McMahon Stadium. It's 1-1.
Doherty Howard, we've seen her convert from the spot multiple times, and even just last week, but her ability to just go up there, calm, cool, collected, play it in the corner. You see her go to her right, just inside of the boot, no hesitation. So well done from Doherty Howard.
A lifeline for the Calgary Wild. Doherty Howard has the experience and that calm demeanor in front of goal to tuck them away. She's actually scored for Calgary in the last 2 home wins against the Vancouver Rise. Back in both those games in 2025. Well, that'll do the confidence and the self-belief no harm at all as far as Calgary are concerned. Bockham, can she turn? Is she onside? There's no flag. Forced away from goal for the time being. Back in, and McCasland had to react quickly. Did just enough. Referee's just going to stop it for a moment. There might be medical attention necessary.
Calgary Wild goal scored by number 28, Maggie Doherty Howard in the 16th.
And Maya Jones might have a problem here. As the ball came in, she may have collided with the goalkeeper right there, yeah. And hasn't yet got up. Well, she has now, and that's good to see. Seems to be walking comfortably. A couple of goals so far this season for Maya Jones.
She's truly a player that has really ignited this attack for the Wild, and majority of the time when there is an attacking opportunity or something dangerous coming from it, Maya Jones plays a part. Whether she's playing creator, she's on the end of it.
So, a goal at each end in the first 15 minutes. How many more will we get to enjoy? It's going to be a corner. Moore had to divert the ball behind under pressure.
Well-timed pressure from Lee as well. It's difficult as a defender when you are facing your own goal. How can you get it out of the danger zone? And instead it ends up going out for a corner kick. So can Michaela Moore do better with it in that moment? Can she kick that ball out wide? But well-timed pressure from Mariah Lee.
Ulabi will take the set piece from that far quadrant. Towards the back post, the header is in, but it bounced finally for Talbot. Holds it out for Stordy, who trusts her own pace to go around Pante and keep going. Pante breathing down her neck. Here's a foot race, which Pante, well, I was going to say finally won, but it's gone behind for a corner, I believe. I think Pante got the last touch, but maybe she was fouled. We'll see in just a moment. Must have come off Stordy. Tumeth. Faulkner. Pante again. Faced by Stordy. That's a little short, but they've got away with it. Yaka on the far side. Hello. Decent build-up play. Could be in behind here. This could be the second goal. It's just wide in the end. And it will be a goal kick. And Mariah Lee, I think, was closest to it.
some good build-up here. You see Reyes play this ball through. Perreault driving forward, uses her pace, plays a nice little slip ball through across the 6. Mariah Lee not making contact with it in the way that she would have wanted, finding the back of the net, but instead hits the ball wide. Need to be cleaner in those moments. That should be in the back of the net every single time, or at least most of the time.
Saw the reaction from her teammate Navi there, who was next in line if Lee hadn't made contact. Navi was covering her face with her hands, thinking, how have we not scored? Maybe they can this time. Similar build-up from Perreault on that far side. Golden opportunity for Vancouver to reclaim the lead is wasted. Ante calling for it and receiving it. On the same page as Lee there. Chipped forward by Moore. For Bochum. Did well to turn. Now can she pick out a teammate? Thurton is on the side, it would appear. Still Thurton might take the shot on, has to. In the end, a big outstretched palm from McCaston saves the day for the Rise.
Bochum has been putting in a shift so far, Nigel. We've seen her come off the front and be active. We've seen her break lines, but she plays a beautiful ball with the outside of her right boot into Sarita Thurton, who fights with Pante to get on the better end of it, but she takes a touch out wide and kills her angle just slightly. Can she take it inside and strike that? Nonetheless, gets a shot off, and that's the type of effort that you want to see from the Wild as this game continues on.
In the space of 2 minutes, we might have seen 2 more goals at both ends of the field.
Yeah, exactly. And then that's the mentality we want to see, and that's what both of these teams have been needing a little bit of rejuvenation in the final third. They've really struggled to create in the first place and then in the end really finish. So can they be more clinical? But the chance creation has been coming.
Lee at one end, Thurton at the other. And the referee is just going to call a halt as the ball goes out of play. As we mentioned off the top, it is a hot day. Temperatures around the 30 Celsius mark at McMahon Stadium in Calgary. And we'd reach the hydration break presented by Powerade. Well, Jess, I mean, no lack of entertainment in the first 20-odd minutes.
No, you're certainly right. There has not been a lack of entertainment, and that's what we love to see. That's why we're here, Nigel. But yeah, no, I think that both of these sides are showing us what they can do in the final third as far as build-up, but I do think that they have the potential to be more precise and more clean, and then in the end, they have to execute better. We're not seeing the best of execution with the chances that have been created, but the effort has been there, the mentality has been there, the grit and the fight as well. So now it's about finding the back of the net.
Let's take a look at the 2 goals we have seen so far. Vancouver Rise didn't take too long to get their noses in front, did they?
No, and this is an individual effort, right? Some brilliance from Mia Pante. She fights, she goes to, drives end line, essentially gets to the 6, and then strikes it off of, I believe, Michaela Moore. Just a bit of a deflection there, but that initial fight and grit from her to beat Sonia and then try it, have the bravery and the tenacity to do so, is exactly the effort and mentality you want to see. And then you go on the other end and you have Bochum, who times her run well, but you see Faulkner try to get low, arm outstretched and away from the body, clear-cut handball, leads to a PK, and Maggie Doherty-Howard, of course, steps up, calm, cool, collected, and places it in that bottom corner. Really well done.
So a goal apiece as we await the conclusion of the hydration break. Doherty Howard now has 3 goals for the season. That constitutes the leading scorer for the Calgary Wild. And Mia Pante, a day she will always remember, her first ever goal in the Northern Super League, and as you said, it was a fine individual effort to have the energy and the commitment to just keep running and then take the shot on right-footed for a naturally left-footed shot. It did take a marginal deflection, you're right, off Michaela Moore, but you tried taking that goal away from Mia Pante. Good luck with that. I think the effort was definitely on target. It is, at least in my opinion, is her goal for sure. So back underway. Wild in their all-violet kit, neon violet, against the green and gold of the 2025 champions, the Vancouver Rise. We've had some good news this week, in as much as inspirational leader Quinn is available again. Ball across the 6-yard box. Bochum in. Jurian Bochum gives Calgary the lead for the first time. Her first goal of the season. Again, the defending was not of the highest quality. Jurian Bochum doesn't care about that. Wild lead by 2-1.
She's been so great and such a bright spot for them so far in this matchup, Nigel. Sarita Thurton with a nice first touch cross in. Jurian Bochum stays engaged, and just a nice little cheeky finish there from her. You see again, she misses the initial one. She tries to stay out of the way. Maya Jones not able to get there, and Bochum gets on that second ball. Well done from her. Finds the back of the net and gives her side the lead.
What did Anya Heinemuller tell us yesterday about going to Calgary?
She knew that they were going to come up for this game, Nigel, and they certainly have. We're seeing that fire in them.
It was words to the effect of, Calgary want to beat us more than any other team in the league, and whenever we go there, they make it really difficult. And surprise, surprise, look at the scoreline. That's exactly the scoreline, by the way, that the Wild have beaten the Rise on the last 2 occasions that this fixture has taken place. Committed defending on the left-hand side by Tilly James, I think, to prevent Jamie Perreault making any further headway into the penalty area, but at the expense of a corner. So an immediate chance perhaps for the Vancouver Rise to respond, having had that early lead. Now within half an hour they find themselves trailing the Wild, just the way the home fans like it. And Ulabi changed the narrative towards the near post this time, more with a decisive header. Faulkner picks it up. Pante will keep it going. Plenty forward for the visitors. Just about stayed in play. No flag from the assistant. That one didn't. Will be a throw for Calgary Wild. Started 2026. 9 games without a win, just 2 draws, 7 losses. But maybe, just maybe, with their new head coach watching on, maybe this is the day. Because eventually, in any league anywhere in the world, however bad a start you make to the season, you know eventually you're going to win a game.
You would hope so. You would hope so.
No, it's going to happen. At some point, it's going to happen.
It definitely will happen, and I think that we've seen the Wild and the improvement that they've had from game to game. Their last match was a bit of a setback as far as quality, but again, today they come out front-footed, they come out with the grit, they come out with the hunger, and now we're seeing them ahead.
Now the question is, can they build on that lead? Can they look more stable and solid defensively and frustrate the Vancouver Rise, who have had their own defensive problems recently, and offensive ones for that matter as well? Pante, who scored that opening goal, now finds her team in arrears. On her way, surrounded by Calgary jerseys. Well to offload, that's a sensible ball, that's interesting. Perreault on that far side. And then shepherded out on the far side by Tilly James. Throw just about level with the edge of the Calgary penalty area. No great conviction about that, or that clearance for that matter. Vancouver inside the Calgary penalty area once again. Ball is still in play, is it? No.
Jurian Bochum with the back press. She has been putting in a shift on both sides of the ball today. We're seeing that that mentality to drop back and do what's needed.
Something we talked to Sinead McSharry about yesterday, the interim head coach in charge of her last game, was that new face effect in the locker room, new voice, and for a lot of these Calgary players, it's the first time that the new head coach will have seen them in action, of course. And if you're a player, you want to put your best foot forward and come in after the break on Monday and Tuesday and say, see what I can do for you, boss.
Yeah, absolutely. You have, as you're saying, you have a new coach coming in. They're going to have to, you know, do some evaluations. It's not necessarily what was in place beforehand. That those are going to be the people that are starting. We also don't know with this transfer window if there will be new faces being brought in. And I think that, you know, both of these teams, for that matter, could strengthen themselves in their depth in certain areas of the pitch. But I just, as you're saying, Nigel, it is a big moment for these players to be able to step up, prove what they can do, and sort of earn a spot again, because you're always having to earn a spot week in and week out.
It's that great proverbial blank sheet of paper, isn't it, when the new head coach turns up? Every place on the field is theoretically up for grabs. Liam Moore tangle. There will be a Vancouver free kick. Larby again will take responsibility for the set piece. Just chip it towards the edge of the penalty area. It's deeper, it's too deep in fact for Mulabi, just overhit it. Just a little too heavy and behind for a goal kick. It is week 12 of the Northern Super League, presented by BMO, official bank of the NSL. Caitlin Talbot has been a little less busy in the first half an hour than she was in Ottawa last weekend.
Surprised Sonia was able to get away with that one. Very clear-cut two-handed push.
Referee saw nothing wrong. Pante will take the throw for the Vancouver Rise. In the direction of a head coach. Throws it down the line. And Storey's going to let it run behind for a goal kick.
Does well to shield Mariah Lee.
O'Neill clears her lines. Calgary will have another throw. Storey. Tori Tumeth. Looking purposeful. Faulkner. Pante, first time ball. Trying the 1-2, but Sonia had read it. More purpose about the Calgary Wild. Going forward. Thurton thought about it. A couple of feet too high. But certainly worth a go. She cut inside.
We're seeing Calgary do well to find where the space is. They do get the ball to Thurton. She takes that touch inside, leans back a little bit too much, gets it over top of the bar. The idea is right.
It was a more fluent move, I feel, from Calgary Wild on that occasion. There was some purpose and some pace about it, wasn't there?
Yeah, there certainly was, and they've done pretty well to. Let's see.
Well, here comes Borkham again, star of the show so far as Calgary are concerned. Across the face of the box, Thurton trying to get there, couldn't control it. They're trying to see it out. They will just about do that. Shepherded behind for a goal kick, but you're absolutely right. Wherever you look, Jorian Borkham seems to be right now.
See Maya Jones do well to intercept that, get the ball to Borkham, and do a nice little cut back there to find Maya Jones again, who cuts this ball across. It looks like Thurton was trying to pull the ball back and be a little fancy maybe in that instance, where she just needed to lay the ball off or potentially strike that herself on frame.
No, that's fine. Let's do that.
No question that Calgary's tails are up. They are enjoying themselves, and they fancy scoring more against a somewhat fragile Vancouver Rise. Heel for more. James is ignored. Looking for that early ball. And Yeka needs to deal with this. And McCaston, that's cool and calm from the Rise goalkeeper. And about on that right-hand side, looking for Lee. There was a coming together.
Yeah.
It's another penalty. Lee was pulled down, I think, by Sonia. The referee had a look, and a yellow card for Sonia and a penalty for the Vancouver Rise.
I mean, this comes from the effort of Mariah Lee. She has that pace, so you see her beat Sonia in the foot race, and then just there, the forearm, you see it extend out, takes away the goal-scoring opportunity.
Confirmation of the yellow card. And a golden opportunity for the Vancouver Rise to draw level. We've already seen one penalty converted at the other end. Now Mariah Lee says, I'll take it. Hasn't scored so far this season. But the Vancouver number 9 wants the opportunity from 12 yards. As we close in on half-time, Mariah Lee full of concentration. Can she fool the goalkeeper? Now she's ready. Lee, another fine penalty. Rooted Talbot to the spot. Mariah Lee has her first goal of the season, and it's all square in Calgary. 2-2.
Mariah Lee with the equalizer, and this is somebody that created that opportunity herself, right? It came from the effort and her speed and driving forward, and then she steps up to the spot and just strikes this home to the left side. You can see how hyped up she is, gets that equalizer, and as you said, she was chasing her first of the year, Nigel, so that's a great moment for her.
Means a lot, I'm sure, for any striker, because whatever you do during a game, if you're a striker, you're always going to be judged by the number of goals you score. Got 5 in 2025. That's her first goal of the sophomore season in the Northern Super League. Mariah Lee. That'll make her feel good, of course. Two fairly clear-cut penalty decisions as well. I don't think VAR needed to get involved, even if we had it.
Even if we had it, no VAR needed in those moments.
Isn't that refreshing?
Yeah, it certainly is.
So about 7 minutes to go before half-time. We'll have a couple of minutes to add for the hydration break. Bockham again making a nuisance of herself, pursued by Pante. Did she keep it in? No, just slipped at the vital moment. Bockham, but she's had one of her more influential games for the Calgary Wild. So Bockham and Lee both scoring their opening goals of the season. Now that might put a spring in the step of the Vancouver Rise. Taken the lead, fallen behind, and now drawn level. And I think it's a fairly accurate reflection of what we've seen in this first 40 minutes. There's been plenty of opportunities at both ends of the field, to be fair.
Yeah, there's been opportunities in creation on both ends, without a doubt. I do think that the Wild have found opportunities to really expose, especially as they're getting those balls into the box. We've seen Vancouver struggle a little bit even in their last matchup with dealing with those in-box crosses and clearing them out. being first to the ball and first to the second ball as well. But there's also this big gap, and I can still see it. You can see it when you look at the screen between their lines, their midfield line and their back line at times, or even just the way they're situated in the midfield. So can Calgary get on the ball? Can they find the open midfielder, whether it's Savitsky, who's dropping off to be an outlet, if it's Doherty Howard, if it's Robertson, who's living in those half spaces? But can they take advantage a little bit more of that midfield trio and just finding space based on the way they're lined up?
It breaks for Tumeth for the Vancouver Rise. Midway inside her own half of the field. Bounce or infield. As players approach the edge of the penalty area. Can they find the right execution, the ammunition? Ball stays in play or clears it out of harm's way.
Tilly James again staying with it to that final moment.
Yeka sent back a few yards by the referee before she's allowed to take the throw. Trying to flick it on. James again in the way. McCaslin to start again for Vancouver Rise. Yeka thought about the curling ball up the line, decided better of it, came back in field. Tumeth safety first for McCaslin. Counter-attack is on here. Brockham. Will she take it on herself? Brockham straight at the keeper. McCaslin spilt it. Still plenty forward for Calgary as they look to restore the lead. And at the far post, where cross Thurton, I think. But again, panic stations inside the Vancouver Rise penalty area. If only Calgary could be a little more clinical.
It's a bit of a gift from Tumeth here. You see the counterattack. Immediately they go into transition. Bockham drives forward, takes on Faulkner, cuts inside, but strikes us right towards McCaslin, doesn't test her much. And then Sarita Thurton on this back post. Maya Jones with a great ball in. Thurton needing to be better, needs to be more clinical, needs to be more precise and more sharp.
Outcome of all that is a corner to the Calgary Wild, which their captain Doherty Howard will take. Plenty in and around the 6-yard box. Doherty Howard can get the delivery right. There's a stiffish breeze blowing towards the back post. A bit of head tennis going on. In it goes again. Vancouver look to break at pace. Rowe pokes it forward. Lee trying to corral it. Couldn't get there first. Sonia manages to get it back to the goalkeeper, who doesn't really want it, but Thurton does. Here is Grace Stordy. Jones in support. Kept in play by a watchful Jones. And now Moore. Sonia, who conceded the penalty. Moore looking for the diagonal and the flick on, and Bockham might be onto it. Jorian Bockham, will she get a second opportunity? Tried the back heel, and then the shot does come in from Jones. But McCaslin saw it coming and smothered up.
Tumeth also doing well not to give up on that, not allow Jorian Bockham a shot. Her shot actually ends up going into Tumeth's thigh.
Final minute of the highly entertaining first half at McMahon Stadium. Bockham wants a free kick. She's not going to get one. Referee was right there. Now Perot up against James. Perot teasing the fullback. Has 1 assist this season. Pulls it back towards the far post. And in the end, Talbot can just put a hat on that one. But there may be a stoppage here. Sonia O'Neill, I think, might have got clattered in that challenge right there. She and Lee were battling for possession. And Story helping her out. Major damage done, it would appear. Sonia's back on her feet. And we are into a minimum of 5 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half. Talbot goes long, trying the route one option. Not always a bad one. Thurton looking to turn. Can she get a shot away? Ran into a defender. Thurton this time trying to head it. Pante and Tumeth. They're making a right mess of clearing their lines, Vancouver, here. They've got to be really careful. Good forward press by Calgary. Savitsky. Now then, some space. Story wanted to take the shot on, tried to surprise McCaslin at her near post, but side netting.
I think Story might have been looking for the cross, to be honest with you, and just didn't quite strike that the way she wanted, didn't wrap her hips around it. You see her immediately raise her hand to apologize to the runners in the box.
I was giving her the benefit of the doubt. But I have absolutely no doubt that you're absolutely 100% right. McCaslin again not tested. But Vancouver have from time to time looked really uncertain and fragile defensively in this first half. They need to tidy that up for sure. In the second 45, Perot stretching her legs. Coming together. Sonia again, I think, who has got to her feet somewhat gingerly and resumed her position at the center of that defense. Some really brave defending from the Venezuelan international. Surieka will take the throw on that far side. Vancouver Eyes look to reclaim the lead they once owned inside the first 10 minutes. De Filippo has been somewhat peripheral so far. We know how dangerous the Vancouver number 11 can be. Plenty of time for her to leave her mark, of course. Push in the back. Free kick for Wild. De Filippo, by the way, has scored in the last 3 meetings between these teams. Hasn't always won, but she's found the back of the net. I'm sure she will be keen to continue that today as James looks for an option. Hurls it up the line, helped on by Thurton. Bockham battling to keep it in play, wins it over Tumeth. Bockham suggesting that Tumeth might have pulled her hair.
We'll take another look at it here. Oh, it looks like Tumeth's hand might have swung back and struck Bockham in the face.
I think you're absolutely right. Second look. Doherty Howard is having a word with the referee. It's the Calgary captain. Today, surely that should have been a cautionable offence. It most certainly is a free kick. Jones and Doherty Howard considering their options as we move into the final minute of a very keenly contested first half in Calgary. It will be Doherty Howard. 3 in the wall. It's going to be a Vancouver throw. So they managed to reject the danger, probably for the last time in the first half. Yeka again up towards halfway, trying to find Perot. Jones forced backwards for the time being. Savitsky. Ball will go out of play, but there probably won't be time for Vancouver to do any more damage. Played the additional 5 minutes.
Vancouver looking to just keep possession as this time winds down.
Sheila Couture blows her whistle for halftime. Entertaining, Jess. Halftime, all square.
Yeah, we knew that this was going to be an entertaining match, Nigel, and we're seeing that in the first half. It was quite equal on both sides, but both teams needing to be just slightly more clinical on the chances that they're creating. A lot of chance creation, a lot of good things, but again, being clinical, more precise and sharp. And Vancouver really needs to tighten up when it comes to their defensive third. They need to be tighter. Dorian Bockham having quite a day for herself.
Dorian Bockham indeed, her first goal of the season. There have been a penalty at both ends of the field, and Mia Panti scoring her first NSL goal. At McMahon Stadium, halftime, Calgary 2, Vancouver 2.
Welcome on board our new Triangle Rewards and WestJet Rewards partnership.
Prior to earning, ensure your accounts are securely linked. In the event you shop or fly with us, earn Canadian Tire money and WestJet points on all eligible purchases. Breathe normally and secure your own rewards before assisting others. Take a moment to locate where you can spend once and earn twice. Link today and watch your rewards take off.
Ooh, that was good. That was really good. Yo, that was crazy. Oh, I'm getting upset. No, I'm gassed. Great game, great game. Woo! Woo! I feel like they're cheating. How did she get up there that fast? Christy put the cone on top. Where are you going? I'm sick of this game. We can beat them. All right, we need to win now. That was just a joke. Yeah. Relax, relax, relax. Let's play composed. Stay with it, stay with it. Yeah. Nice. Well done. Good black. A dub, finally. We did it. W. Good T, stay with it, T. Yeah, stop. Nice, man. Yeah. Yes. Black. Oh, a win feels good. Yeah, quick. Oh. One, two, three. Wow. Time to go to bed. He's watching. We got eyes all the time.
Huh. We've already got tons of WestJet points.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Should we?
I'm booking it.
Your next travel story is waiting. Make it happen with the all-new WestJet Rewards.
On the prize, I say passionate. I got the sauce like Diana, vision like medicine. They say patience is a virtue, so I went around the world and back again. Now NSL be on the map, no more happening, it's happening.
Week 12 of the Northern Super League, McMahon Stadium in Calgary, presented by BMO, official bank of the Northern Super League. Goals aplenty in the first 45 minutes, chances aplenty, controversy, you name it, we've had it on the final weekend of the Stampede season, and an early and encouraging start, Jess, for the visitors.
Yeah, a great individual effort from Pante. She just uses everything she has in this and gets forward and strikes on frame. And then you go down to the other end and you have Jorian Bauckham, who's having quite a day for herself. She wins this penalty. You see Faulkner's arm extended, hits the hand. Maggie Doherty-Howard steps up, places this so well. And now they have the lead.
They do indeed, by 2-1. But that wasn't quite the end of the story of the first 45 minutes. Jorian Bauckham, with her first goal of the season, not even looking at the goal, but she knew exactly where the net was.
Well, again, Jorian Baugham's been having a day for herself, and you see her get out of the way of the initial cross, but then stays engaged and pulls out a bit of a cheeky finish there, just in behind her head.
Yeka would like that one back. Bauckham doesn't care. All smiles.
This is the Selly. I love the Sellys.
But there was more. Much more. How about that for a challenge? Referee decided that Sonia pushed Lee in the back, and that means penalty, and that means Mariah Lee, cool finish, first goal of the season.
And she equalizes it like a pro. Again, Mariah Lee is a player that created that foul to begin with. It's her pace, it's her tenacity, and then she steps up to the plate and is able to get that home.
Mariah Lee, by the way, into the starting lineup in the absence of the injured Latifa Abdu. She has made her presence felt. First half stats, well, possession squarely in favour of the Vancouver Rise, but have a look at those attempts on goal and shots on target. That's a different story, Jess.
Yeah, it certainly is. 11 shots for the Wild, 6 of those on target. When you look at the Vancouver Rise, only 4 total shots, 3 on target. So although majority of the shots that the Rise have been on target, they have not been too clinical with the creation that they've had. And then on the opposite side, the Calgary Wild as well, they can be more clinical, can be more precise.
I have a feeling, just a feeling, that, well, in addition to that, we may have some more goals in the second half at McMahon Stadium. Stay tuned, Calgary or Vancouver. You choose when we come back.
Abdu winning the ball. She's got a lot of pace. The shot. And it's in. Latifa Abdu, that rocket.
Your mid-season mood lit up the group chat. What's the hardest part about walking into a new locker room mid-season?
The hardest part is just adapting to everything. We had a game that weekend, so I had a lot to learn. I was in Anya's office, our coach, trying to learn like every single detail of the tactics, and also just getting to know my teammates, like how they are. They were just so welcoming to me.
What did you like about the culture of the Vancouver Rise?
The winning mentality. Your environment, it influences you. So being in an environment where everybody wants to win, we want the best for each other, that's really like what the mentality is like there.
Cuts it back, Abdu! Talking of braces, Abdu's got 2.
You finished third in the Golden Boot race. Does that motivate you heading into this season?
I'm happy to be in the top 3, but what I'm really happy about is that my team won. You know, we're champions, and if my team wins, that's the biggest gift that a player can have.
How did you find your on-field role was maybe a bit different in Vancouver than in Montreal?
My role was maybe different in the sense that the tactics were different. Anya, she has tactics that we need to follow defensively, offensively, but in between those lines, she lets me do what I want. Like, that's when I feel like I'm at my best.
1, 2, 3!
Yeah, I think she's like a really exciting presence up top. Like, she adds a lot of energy.
I wouldn't even know what to do when I celebrate a goal, but she looks like so sick.
She does. She has like an aura about her.
Yeah, I'm like, that's so cool.
I'm a fiery person on the field. Without all of that energy and fireness in me, like, I would not be the player that I am.
How do you stop Latifa Abdu?
I will be satisfied this season if my team truly believes and sees that I gave my everything.
In the sunshine in Calgary, 2-2 at half-time, second half just moments away. But first, here is the shift and rapid-fire questions.
We're going to start with a rapid-fire question.
Okay.
Be rapid-fire with a bit of twist.
Okay. Okay, I guess as a soccer player, I should maybe start with the ground. Not in the fours. This is gonna be, okay.
Might need to take off my shoes for this.
I'll try with those chunky shoes and then I'll see if honestly, I can't do two things at the same time, so.
I guess I should have worn different shoes for this.
Can I take off my shoes?
Okay, I'm removing shoe. Here we go. Playing style, aggressive.
Feisty.
Creative.
I don't know, I like to make things happen, like, exciting.
One word. Aggressive.
One non-soccer athlete.
Simone Biles. Oh, Kobe.
Non-soccer. Serena Williams.
Serena Williams. Marie-Philippe Poulin.
Ooh, Usain Bolt.
Colby Barnett. Colby Barnett.
Jorian.
Charlotte Bilbao.
Probably me. Funniest player. Sarita.
Charlotte Bilbao.
Esther or Neo?
Olivia Mbala. Me. On a reality TV show. Julia Lewis. Me!
I think Laurie Thibault.
Ooh, Zoe or Kai? Victoria Pickett.
Who talks the most trash?
Hayley Whittaker.
Nikki Small. I don't know. Low-key, our whole team does.
We don't really talk trash.
Hot take?
Sleeping with socks on. I love doing that, or I do that. I know a lot of people say that's psychopath behavior, but
Pineapple does not deserve to be on pizza. I'm sorry.
No pineapple on pizza. That's not that hot of a take.
I am very athletic, but if I could play another sport, I think it would be gymnastics.
Basketball. Oh, damn. Track and field.
I am athletic and I play soccer. That's a really good, I think you have to be super athletic to be a soccer player, so.
The go outside of soccer. Serena Williams.
Outside of soccer? My mother, Simone Biles.
Steal one skill from another player, what would it be?
Tanya Wojcik's finishing.
Ooh, Esther's shooting. Esther Okaranko's strengths.
If you owned an NSL team, what are you naming it?
Ooh, that's a good question. Where is it?
Anywhere you want?
That's a tough question. I don't know.
Montreal Roses.
Montreal Roses.
Done. Perfect.
You're the only person who kept up the entire.
That was
Really?
Guys, hot mess.
Can't put my shoes back on?
Guys, that's impossible. The thinking, the hair. I'm slipping, nothing's working. Okay.
A glimpse behind the curtain, fascinating stuff. Learn something new every day. We're all ready for the second half. In Calgary, it's just moments away.
Welcome on board our new Triangle Rewards and WestJet Rewards partnership.
Prior to earning, ensure your accounts are securely linked. In the event you shop or fly with us, earn Canadian Tire money and WestJet points on all eligible purchases. Breathe normally and secure your own rewards before assisting others. Take a moment to locate where you can spend once and earn twice. Link today and watch your rewards take off.
This is quite a game. It'll be a free kick. Oh, what a goal! And emotion overflows.
Watching dough rise always fills me with inspiration.
Don't ever look at my savings account. The dough doesn't rise.
BMO has 2 simple ingredients to make your savings rise. Great interest rates and no monthly fees.
Yeah, that would do it all right.
Plus, get a cash bonus for opening a checking and savings account.
So BMO helps your savings grow bigger faster.
Like a triple dose of yeast.
You're hired.
What? Nah, I wasn't looking for it.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
BMO.
Welcome back to the warm sunshine at McMahon Stadium in Calgary, Alberta. Time just around 6 p.m. We are midway through this game in week 12 between the Calgary Wild and the Vancouver Rise, the champions. It is all square at 2-2 at half-time. And you see there the appearance of number 5, Quinn. They are finally fit enough to return after missing the last 2.5 games. And Quinn is on the field for the second half for the Vancouver Rise. I believe both teams are making changes before the start of this second 45, but just quickly, just a word about Quinn and their singular importance to the team.
Yeah, I think Quinn is a player that when they're on the pitch, they change and dictate the entirety of the match. They just have that ability to be an outlet, get on the ball, and have great vision as well. So those diagonal balls, that switch of play is something that we can really see this Vancouver side lean into, but it's a key part of Quinn's game. So when they're on the pitch, that is when that part of their matchup comes alive.
Vast experience, Quinn, Olympic champion from 2021, and wearing the captain's armband has that calm presence and that vision in midfield, that oh so important link between responsible defense and quick counter-attack. As we get underway, and it is the neon violet of the home team, Calgary Wild attacking the goal to your left in this second half. As you see, Wild themselves have also made a change, the introduction of Tegan Stewart for Jackie Savitsky at the start of this second half. So some tactical changes on both sides as both Calgary and Vancouver look to impose themselves on each other. Stadium in which Vancouver has never won or even earned a point. They came here twice in 2025 and lost both games by the same scoreline, by 2-1. Well, that won't happen today. And as we stand, they stand to earn their first ever point at McMahon Stadium, but there's a long, long way to go yet. Sonia O'Neill protesting, but the foul and the free kick is given by referee Sheila Couture.
Sonia O'Neill needing to be careful and mindful when going into these tackles, especially from behind, as she is on that yellow from earlier in the first half.
So an early chance in the second half as Reyes, Colombian, prepares to deliver right-footed. And she finds one of her teammates. It's an interesting ball in. Scrambled away by the Wild defense, but more defending to be done. Jalen Wright also on as a half-time substitution.
Substitution for Vancouver Rise, halftime.
12, Quinn, interesting. And Talbot just had to keep an eye on it. the end, it was just a little too much on it.
See both Quinn as well as DeFilippo arguing that there might have been a deflection on that. Hard to tell on the replay, but just wide of the net.
So Talbot clears up towards halfway. Ball is helped on. Finally settled. As the Wild to get their way back in front. That'll be McCaslin's. As Jones was closing in. And Bochum giving chase. Really the feature player for the Calgary Wild in the first 45 minutes. Jorian Bochum. And clearly intent on impressing the new head coach, who is watching on.
Dare I say her strongest performance since she's been in the NSL, Nigel?
You definitely dare, Jess. I wouldn't argue with you at all, in all seriousness. Vancouver need to keep her quiet. There's no question about that, or quieter than they did in the first half. Stordy with the throw. O'Neill for support. Stordy ran into trouble there, but managed to survive the challenge. And got a bang on the head there, Chris Stordy. Apparently in some discomfort. There were two Vancouver players closing in. Referee just inquiring whether Stordy's okay, or whether she's actually going to need some medical assistance. Body language seems to say Stordy's going to be okay. We'll take the throw. Not convincing defensively. That'll be too strong. McCaslin has time to gather and find Tori Tumeth, the Australian centre-back. Tread in right now to her right.
Some patience from the Vancouver Rise.
Ball is there to be won. Calgary are more determined to win it for the time being. And the foul is conceded by a combination of DeFilippo and Quinn. Doherty Howard not for the first time in the wars.
See again here, Doherty Howard gets on the ball, drives forward. You have Quinn coming across, and you have DeFilippo applying that back pressure.
Doherty Howard is up and ready to get on with it. The leader in many ways, not just wearing the armband, but McCaslin is uncertain. Hook clear in the end. Back towards the edge of the area. Quinn with the header this time. Vancouver can reorganize and reset.
It's well done from Pante.
And an accurate pass as well. Pante's continued her run. Now everything to her right. Can she pick out a teammate? Looking for one, and in the end, acrobatically, as the defender was closing in, DeFilippo thought she'd get there, but it will go behind for a corner.
See Bout play this ball to Pante, who drives forward, gets end line and cuts this ball back. Both Lee and DeFilippo driving forward, trying to get there in time. They make contact, but they're not able to keep it on frame.
I think it was Michaela Moore who was between the two of them and just managed to volley it over her own crossbar. Jalen Wright keeping the move going, near post. Was there a push? Referee saw nothing wrong. On we go again. Reyes this time, that should be the keepers.
She saw the push that time.
So 8 minutes gone in the second half. Pante, ball in hand, scored that opening goal at just the 7th minute, but the lead didn't last too long. And the two teams traded blows for the rest of the first half. Bockham onto it quickly again. Needed some diligent defending. Perot. Quinn strokes it forward. Trying to find De Filippo. Right, playing the give and go. Yaka has room on that left-hand side. Square for Pante. Quinn turning. Chumeth. And all the way back to right. Head up this time, edge of the area, looking for Lee. Storey hooks it away, but only as far as Pante. Cuts inside, takes on the shot. Talbot was always solidly behind it.
Not enough juice on it to really test Talbot. But you're seeing Pante continue to drive forward and take her chances, recognize where the space is, and attempt to create a lot of dangerous opportunities for her side, whether she's crossing the ball into the box or striking from distance, as we just saw.
O'Neill looking for the vertical pass. Yaka was in the way. It's a little too much on it from Quinn. Doherty Howard. There's a good range of passing. Generally speaking, that wasn't her best. Curse of the commentator strikes again.
It most definitely does. It seems to happen quite a bit.
Only when I've got the headset on.
You're right, Nigel. It's your fault.
It's all my fault, that's right.
Accountability is important.
Here's Bockham. Moore needed to be certain and was. Finds O'Neill square. Storey backs her own ability and her pace. Interesting move developing up the right-hand side for Calgary Wild. Ball remains in play. Vancouver chance to clear, but straight out of play.
The Pante with a great defensive effort again. Doesn't allow Tegan Stewart to beat her to the ball. Ends up getting on the better side of that and getting it out.
Offside against Bockham on this occasion. As I mentioned right at the start of the show, both teams desperate for victory. Enough has been written and said about the Wild's efforts to secure that first win of the season. But for the Rise as well, looked out of sorts for much of the season. Had that stretch of 3 wins, but then gone back into their shell, winless in their last 4. Chumeth had to be quick to react there. Jones, Bockham could be onto it. Takes a tumble. Glance towards the referee, who's not impressed. Welcome again. Yeka breathing down her neck. Turn a little short, but they've still got the ball.
Mariah.
Sonia and Moore. Too much on that, but O'Neill just keeps it in play. Then well, the ball actually did cross the whitewash. It'll be a throw for the Vancouver Rise.
Simple passes letting them down. It's just about being clean in those moments and taking care of the ball. You're in the back, you have no pressure. There's no reason that you shouldn't be able to connect that 5-10 yard pass.
Sometimes easier said than done. Neal chipping it forward. Counter-attack might be on here. Vancouver just trying to put literally and metaphorically a foot on the ball and pressure that Calgary back line. Toomuth to begin again. Right, first time forward. Perot, will she keep it in? Not quite. More across to cover. 3 Olympic Games for the New Zealand international, Michaela Moore.
She's been that leader for them in the back across these 2 seasons. Really helps to keep things structurally intact, as well as just lead the team in the way that she vocalizes and just continues to elevate the level.
So Talbot now kicking it into the wind. In the second half, Jones brought it down well and dispatched it quite cleverly. Good feet from Story. There's some room perhaps up this left-hand side for James. Rockham will win the throw. Driven right. An hour gone. 30 plus stoppage time remaining.
Filippo intervenes, but just goes off of her boot.
James again with a throw, trying to find Thurton this time. Keeps it in. Can she pick out a teammate? Stewart. Stordy. It's better from Calgary. There's more positivity, more crispness about the passing. Until that happens, of course.
Nigel strikes again.
Yeah. I don't do it on purpose, folks. I really don't. I say what I see. That's more playing the ball forward. Edge of the area. Vancouver need to deal with it. They'll find an out ball. That's good pressing from Calgary. They're not letting them out. Maybe an opportunity here. Thurton towards the penalty spot. Didn't quite run. It might have been Stewart who was closest to it.
You're absolutely correct. It was Stewart, but there's not enough runners in the box at the moment. Of course, they have to adapt and get forward in that moment, be reactionary in a way, but I think that in those moments you need at least 4, at least 3, just has to be more than one person making that initial run, because the cutback was exactly where it needed to be. It's just a matter of getting on the end of it.
Chance to relieve the pressure for the Vancouver Rise with Yeka and Pante on that far side. Dangerous moments here again. Bockham picks their pocket. Now can she turn provider? Can't find a way around right initially. Was keen to get it away. Was that a push? It was. For Moore. And the free kick goes the way of Chester Filippo and the Vancouver Rise. A stoppage in play here. Medical staff for the injury to Suriyaka, who stayed down, as you can see, as Vancouver made their way forward.
Seems to be in quite a bit of discomfort.
He just fell awkwardly, but receiving prolonged attention under the watchful eye of the referee. See if we can see what happened here. Thurton just stepped across her. Yeah.
Looks like her ankle might have just got caught as well in the turf and rolled over it.
They're going to have to make the change. There's the signal from the medical staff. And Suriyaka head in hands, and it would appear that she knows that might be a significant injury. We'll say no more than that. But clearly the call has gone out that Yeka will have to be replaced. She can't continue. Left ankle is the problem, you're absolutely right. Well, they've already brought on one substitute at the back in Jalen Wright. Yuka Okamoto would be, for my money, the obvious replacement. Japanese defender. And unfortunately, Suriyaka will see no more of this game.
Vancouver Rise can't quite catch a break when it comes to center backs and them staying healthy. We've seen center back after center back go down for them. Hopefully Yeka is all right and it's nothing too serious, but she definitely looked to be in quite a bit of discomfort, so better to be safe than sorry.
Another change coming for Vancouver. Colombian for Colombian. Reyes is out. Mighty Lopez is on, wearing number 23. That doesn't necessarily solve the defensive situation with the loss of Yeka.
Substitution for
Marletta
Vancouver on the
Waswick,
65th
the
minute.
youngster, is also going to come on.
Leaving the match is number 10, Camilla Reyes.
Made her debut just last weekend, just 16 years of age, from Langley, BC. Can play at centre back, wearing 45. Marletta Waswick is on, Canadian U17 international. Big responsibility for her, and she'll have probably a good half an hour here. So one tactical, one enforced change. Lopez for Reyes and Waswick replacing the departed Suriyaka. By my reckoning, Vancouver have used 4 of their permitted 5 substitutes. There's Lopez. Not the best clearance from Moore. Might be made to pay here. Keeper needs to make it. Talbot spotted the danger in the nick of time.
Substitution for Vancouver Rise in the 65th minute. Entering the match is number 45, Myla Iwasia. Leaving the match is number 4, Suriyaka.
Lee. Pocket pick by O'Neill. Now then, Jones trying to find a way into the area. Jones, square ball. Further right for Bockham. First touch wasn't the best, but did well to protect the ball with her body. Back into the area. And behind for a corner.
Another opportunity here for the Wild. You know, Doherty Howard has the ability to put a great ball into the box, a threatening one at that. And there are some great targets in there with Moore, with Bockham.
And Doherty Howard picked one of them out. Decent delivery. Headed emphatically clear. Only did she get a push. She did not, according to the referee. Points the way of the Rise. O'Neill is somewhat perplexed by the decision. midway through the second half, which coordinates with the Powerade hydration break. Quinn having a word with the referee. So we're at the 3/4 mark of the game. Changes on either side, but Jess, no change to the scoreline since halftime.
No, and I still think we've seen a lot of even play as far as, Calgary creating a lot and as well as Vancouver creating, but just again, that final product not coming together. I think we've seen Calgary be a little bit more comfortable on the ball, a more confident building from the back. We've seen some good combination play. One of their best performances to date, Nigel, as well.
So Vancouver making 2 changes in that back 3. Does that play into the hands of the Calgary Wild with the departure of Surieka?
I mean, I think it's difficult when you have to switch out your back line. That's not often something that coaches want to do. So yeah, absolutely, I think it plays a part, but I also think that sometimes having those fresh legs, and especially having, a young player like Owaswick coming in and having that mentality to prove a point and to just showcase herself can also work in your favor at times. So I don't necessarily think it's a huge detriment, but it definitely is a bit of a hit for the Vancouver Rise.
You know what they say, if they're good enough, they're old enough.
Absolutely. Age does not play a factor when you have the talent. So we'll see what Owaswick brings to this matchup, as we've seen the Calgary Wild on their front foot all match long.
Just 16 years of age, Mila Owaswick. Made a short cameo last time out. This is a real chance to show coaching staff and her teammates what potential is there for the future. Doherty Howard, always eager to be involved, always dangerous from those set pieces. The leader on the Calgary team. And the Wild trying to make their way forward again over the top of the back line. Rolls through harmlessly to Morgan McCaslin. Quinn, first time ball, trying to curl it. The runner on that left-hand side. Story. It's straight out of play. Vancouver ball. More activity on the Calgary Wild bench. They have subs to play with, but they're going to have to do some defending. Story protesting her innocence. Referee doesn't want to hear the protests.
Just looks to be caught up there. It did look like Storty's hands were wrapped around Lopez.
That's the point she was trying to make to the referee. No flag. Got to the point of the game with, what, 20 minutes or so to play. And in all honesty, this is a game that could go either way or stay exactly as it is. No clear-cut favourite I've seen into the area. Maybe something on here for the Wild. Trying to play it back, charge down. And a second charge down. Flattened Stordia, and it wasn't Stordia, it was one of her teammates. Stordia standing over. Might have been Robertson, possibly. It was Janaea Robertson who bravely got her body in the way of the shot. So Janaea Robertson back on her feet. Round of applause. The fans. Goodness, it came at her fast, just flattened her, but
that doesn't feel great.
Back and ready for more.
But in that earlier chance, Vancouver has to strike earlier. You have the opportunity, you're right in front of the goal, try it. Don't try to cut it back when you have a clear-cut shot.
Perot trying to cut it back. As far as Robertson, one of several BCers in the Calgary lineup. Delta BC, Janaea Robertson, south of Vancouver. Right, It's the end of the geography lesson. Right. Continued her run, but Perot couldn't play the 1-2. It's cut out. And that'll run out of play. It will be a Vancouver ball. Wright will hurl down the line.
It's well done from Bockham.
Making her way in field, taking on the shot from distance. It was always wide, but it was beginning to curl. And Thurton had the confidence to take it on from best part of 30 yards, knowing that McCaslin was a little bit off her line. And maybe it's going to take something like that to break the deadlock here.
Yeah, I don't hate the confidence and then
Yeah.
the recognition that McCaslin was slightly out of position. Can she beat her from there? It's just a matter of being able to be a little bit more accurate with the execution in the end. But the idea was certainly right.
Toomas from Quinn. Right to her right. Quinn spreads it left. Now, here come the Wild on the break. This could be a significant break. Just ahead of Jones. That ball needed to be obviously more accurate. So,
And that's sort of been the story for the Wild, right? That precision in their passing. It's the simple things that are sort of letting them down, despite themselves getting into the right areas and making the right runs. It's just about that final pass, that final execution.
Quinn available. 1-2, first time ball forward. Lee didn't quite get that. James.
Been doing well to force Doherty Howard backwards.
Robertson content to play possession soccer for the time being.
But you're also seeing how that movement, as I mentioned in the first half, but when Robertson drops to a certain area, a certain pocket, Quinn is forced to go forward, and that leaves Doherty Howard open in a different area. So just being able to play off of where the Vancouver midfield is and taking advantage of those gaps that are created by your movement.
Referee was prepared to play the advantage there, such as it was for Thurton. The move didn't come to anything. Jones was 30 yards away, although parallel with her. Right from Toomas. Quinn head up.
See that far side wide open. Can they switch that point of attack?
De Filippo's trying to do just that across the face of the penalty area. Talbot under no pressure. It's been a break for Nia Jones on this near side. Quick feet from Jones. Jones to James. More Robertson forced backwards. O'Neill looking to chip one over the top. Quinn trying to spring Perot. And the early ball is read by O'Neill in the nick of time. Now there's some room for Robertson to roam. Options to her right. With Bockham. Snorri will keep it in. O'Neill for more. James away from Perot.
Just a bit wasteful there from James. Looks up and sends a ball to nobody.
That's our final, yeah?
Right. Filippo. Right again, but dispossessed. First touch came off a Vancouver player. Maya Jones' day is done.
Substitution for Calgary Wild in the 79th
Will be replaced
minute. Entering the match is number 17, Michelle Romero.
by Michelle Romero, the Venezuelan international. Has had professional experience in Spain, generally speaking. Venezuelan international.
Some patience from Panse, decides to go backwards instead of continuing to drive up.
A little over 10 minutes to play. Match has become a little becalmed in the last 15 minutes or so. Moreau did well just to control that and play it in field. Really trying to make progress. All stays in, but not now. Now wear your colours loud and proud. Get your hands on a limited edition NSL Pride tee at shop.nsl.ca. Final 10 minutes at McMahon Stadium. Will there be a winner?
His turn.
Vancouver never earned a point in their past two visits. Somewhere around about 10 minutes away from it.
Substitution for Vancouver in the
change.
81st minute. Entering the match is number 24,
Jamie
Josie
Perot
Longhurst. Leaving the match
leaves the
is
field.
28, Jamie Perot.
Josie Longhurst, English midfielder, is the final substitute for the Vancouver Rise. So Anja Heinemüller has played all her cards now. Will it be enough to lead the Vancouver Rise to their first win in 5 games? Or is there another twist in the tail to favour the Wild? The end of the Calgary Stampede, which reaches its climax, by the way, tonight, and final day tomorrow of the Calgary Stampede. You know who's starring in town tonight?
I do not.
Would you like to know?
Sure.
Fun fact. Starring tonight at the Saddle Dome, Canadian icon Alanis Morissette.
Oh, very cool.
Wouldn't that be a great day? Go to the soccer, soak up the sun, and then go and see
think
Alanis?
so. Yeah.
I'd get tickets.
Yeah, me too. But we're not there, unfortunately.
Sadly, couldn't get tickets, but I'd buy them. Jagged Little Pill, still in my top 5 all-time albums. You wouldn't remember, you're too young.
Yeah, I was going to pretend to be on board with you, but I can't relate to that one.
I know. Chipped over the top. Longhurst, first involvement. Supporting cast weren't there, but they might arrive now.
Nice little touch.
Lopez, and ball played through, and some emergency defending was good enough for Calgary. Trying to run behind, I think. So goal kick. Pair of substitutes for Calgary. Thurton is out, Andy Williams comes on. And Clara Monk, young defender, will come on wearing number 88, just her third substitute appearance for the 18-year-old, preparing to go to Kent State University. Clara Monk. One of those promising Canada U17 players, Clara Monk.
Entering the match is number 88, Clara Monk, and number 29, Anderson Williams. Leaving the match is number 18, Serena Thurton.
So fresh
and
legs
11,
for
Tilly
Calgary
Kane.
as well. Will those changes influence the outcome? We'll find out in about 10 minutes. Calgary having some issues clearing their lines. The battle's on.
Really looking to take that space outside, but she actually had a lot more space to cut inside and drive towards goal. Spacing between the Calgary Wild back line was just a little bit off.
There's Clara Monk on for James at that left back position. Right. For Waswick. And safety first. Good hustle from Bockham. Hasn't been quite as noticeable in the second half, but she's got through a shift now. Maybe getting in behind here. Lopez, and there's the head up, and Josie Longhurst. And finally, the Vancouver forward line combined, the two substitutes. Longhurst with the head up, and the Rise lead again in Calgary by 3-2.
This is a great goal, and it starts off with some great movement from DiFilippo, who comes off the front, takes this touch across Williams, which makes it difficult for her to be able to get on that, and plays this ball through to Lopez, who plays a nicely delivered ball in, and Longhurst gets her head on it and just flicks that by Talbert. But again, you see the quality of that touch from DiFilippo across Williams's body, and a nice little chip cross in. Longhurst is where she needs to be, and she executes and delivers.
Josie Longhurst, just her second goal for the Vancouver Rise. But perhaps a priceless strike in the context not only of this game, but also of the way the Rise season has been going recently. It might just be worth all 3 points, but there's a ways to go yet. Vancouver back in front for the first time in a long time. Now, can they see the game out? That's the next question. All pinging around rather too close to the Vancouver penalty area for McCaslin's liking. Finally they get it clear. And they challenge the Calgary Wild to come again. Onside, Stewart. Bockham keeps going. Good hustle at the expense of a corner.
And about another player that covers a lot of ground for this Vancouver side. We saw her deployed in the middle of the park at the start, and then with the inclusion of Quinn, she was able to move out wide and play on that flank as well. But her work ethic is something to definitely talk about.
2.5 minutes remaining in regulation. Doherty Howard delivers from the corner. Who got the last touch? Referee says goal kick. And the Vancouver backline can breathe a collective sigh of relief. McCaston will be in absolutely no hurry to take this goal kick. The referee will urge her to get on with it. So McCaston obliges. Bochum quickly onto it again. Quite the game for Jorian Bochum, but she may once again end up on the losing side. Sometimes this game just isn't fair.
Yeah, I mean we've seen it time and time again, right? Sometimes you put out you could be the better team on the day, and I think this has been a quite even matchup. But
right.
when you could be the better team on the day and still not walk away with the points. And in Jorian Bochum's case, she's had quite a day for herself. She's made herself very useful, finding the ball, coming off the front, breaking lines, getting crosses in, striking on frame. So I think that, you know, when you have a performance like that, it's absolutely more frustrating to walk away knowing that you left it all out there and you still couldn't quite pick up the 3 points. But there is still some time left, so we'll see.
Not done yet. Final minute of the 90. Been a couple of momentary stoppages. We had the hydration break as well, so we might possibly see something approaching 5 minutes of stoppage time. Vancouver content when the ball is in that area of the field. They've finally wrestled back the lead. And now it's Talbot who has to get on with it in the remaining minutes. Header from Lee. Lopez was late. Colombian referee spotted it. Ball had gone. Moore was left in a heap on the field.
She's just got a cramp as she got up as well.
Goodness me. Well, I said conservatively 5. We're going to get a minimum of 9 minutes, Jess.
Still plenty of time, Nigel, and the way this game has been going, there could potentially be another goal in there, whether it's the equalizer or another for Vancouver. I guess we'll see. But both these teams have been out on the front foot and have been hungry.
There is plenty of time for the narrative to change again. Now, can Vancouver rise, manage this game out professionally, or, as Sonia prepares to take the throw, leaves it for Stordy, of course. Or well, they decide that the best form of defense is attack and try and find a 4th goal. Sometimes that works too.
Well, they certainly haven't taken their foot off the gas, right? We've seen Vancouver create quite a bit, despite having the lead right now. They haven't taken their foot off of it, so we'll see if they continue to potentially find the back of the net.
A little bit of room on that right-hand side. Players gather in the penalty area. Bochum is amongst them. Will that bounce kindly? It didn't, just ran away in the end from Robertson. And behind for a goal kick. But you can't guarantee there'll be another goal, but you can almost guarantee there'll be another chance or 2 possibly in the time remaining.
Yeah, and we're seeing, again, from the Wild today, we saw a lot better ball movement as far as them wanting the ball and a bit of a tenacity in the way they've been attacking, whether that's from an individual effort of a player like Bochum or there's just been some great build-up play and movement off the ball to be able to get on it and take advantage of what's being given to them at moments. Could they have been a bit more clinical? Absolutely. I think that they've had a lot of opportunities. So I do agree, Nigel. I think that they will have more.
Ball is still in play and won through sheer willfulness by the Vancouver Rise. Deep in Calgary territory, that's a clever 1-2. And off the line a second time, but not this time. This one will count. And Lopez, the goal scorer, 4-2 for the Vancouver Rise, and it's probably game over.
Lopez being brought into the match and immediately made an impact, got herself an assist, and now she's able to find the back of the net. But Pante driving forward, that might have initially actually went in already, and you could see her celebrating, but Lopez was there to be able to strike and make sure that that ball did hit the back of the net.
Mighty Lopez celebrates her first NSL goal. Not the only one to score their first goal in the Northern Super League in this game today. But now a 2-goal deficit is probably too much of a mountain to climb for the Calgary Wild, who've conceded 2 late goals. And it seems certain now that that search for a first victory of the season, as Bochum takes a call, will be too much to ask for. Bochum in a little bit of discomfort. We'll get a word from her captain.
I just got caught up with the laces.
Yeah.
Been there, ripped my laces in that exact way.
Yikes.
Yeah, yikes was right.
Waswick was the other player involved. She can smile now. She's close to experiencing a professional victory for the first time in her career. It'll be a very sweet moment for her and for her teammates if they can see out the next 4 minutes. Cast on again. Will take her time. Referee eventually will beckon her to get on with it. We have free kick for Calgary Wild, somewhere on halfway in the dying moments of this game. O'Neill will take it. If Calgary were to score from this set piece, or as a result of this set piece, my goodness, we'd have a rip-roaring finish potentially, but didn't get to the penalty area, not yet anyway. Is their time. Unlikely, 3 minutes remaining of the minimum 9. Story will try and help it forward, but charge down, Calgary ball. Final change.
Substitution for the Calgary
There's
Wild.
the introduction of Shaden Al-Assad, another young player.
Leaving the match is number 16, Janaea Robertson.
Just 17 years of age, Calgary native, born in the UAE, and has been recruited by UBC, is my understanding.
See the Rise trying to get that forward, just get it out, but it ends up rolling out of bounds. Back to Talbot.
Talbot knocked out by her back line. She's been facing that stiff breeze the whole of the second half. Pante finally meanders across to take the throw. Maybe 90 seconds or so remaining. Stordy volleys it back into midfield. Calgary free kick. Moore just needs to belt it forward. That ball was moving. Referee spotted it. Says take it again. Moore urging her teammates forward. More I fancy and hope than expectation. Maybe time for Calgary to fashion one more opportunity offensively. But that 2-goal deficit was a death knell as far as the home team were concerned, despite all the optimism for large parts of the second half.
Jalen Wright intervening, just getting it out.
One last chance to cross into the area, dealt with on the 6-yard line. And that should just about do it. Down the line it goes, it will roll out of play. It will be a Calgary throw, but it will not be a Calgary victory. Monk throws it in. We've played the additional 9 minutes. And Sheila Couture blows her final whistle, and Josie Longhurst and her teammates can smile and celebrate. The winless drought is over for the champions. They come to Calgary and they beat the Wild, for whom the search for the first win goes on by 4-2.
It's a tough one to swallow for the Wild. I think this was probably their closest game to getting that 3 points, despite the scoreline being 4-2. It certainly didn't feel that way watching. It was quite balanced and even throughout the matchup. But at the end, it was 2 mishaps and misjudgments defensively that Vancouver was able to capitalize on, and that's what you have to do to win games. You have to be able to capitalize on what's given to you and be clinical in the final third. So the more clinical team was able to walk away with the win today.
They did exploit finally in that second half. Late goals, as you said, after a long barren spell where they were cancelling each other out, but Vancouver Rise kept coming and finally got their reward with Lopez and Longhurst making it 3-2.
This little chip ball in, and Longhurst getting her head on that, just redirecting it past Talbert. Not much she could do. Not sure she was expecting her to be able to get on that, but a little bit too easy. Has to be better defended. And then this goal here, Pante with a nice little underlap, drives inside. I actually believe this is in the goal originally, but you have Lopez following it up, making sure that there is no doubt that that ball gets into the back of the net, Nigel.
Well, a big smile from Lopez, suggesting she believes she scored the goal. It doesn't really matter in the final analysis. What does is that the Vancouver Rise walk away with 3 points, the first ever win at McMahon Stadium. And as we talked about through much of the game, there was plenty of opportunities at both ends of the field. This could have ended 5-5, goodness knows.
And you can see how even it is. And again, the scoreline's 4-2, but you're seeing that Calgary outshot this Vancouver Rise side. It's just about who is more clinical in the end with their chances.
And that turned out to be the champions, the Vancouver Rise, who, despite this win, remain in 5th place in the NSL standings in Week 12, but they crept a little closer to the top 4. Halifax Tides play in Montreal tomorrow. Calgary Wild, the battle goes on. Mentioned that just a moment ago. We're at Stade Boreal tomorrow, 4 Eastern, for the 2nd place Montreal Roses against the Halifax Tides. 4 Eastern at Stade Boreal. 6 goals on Stampede weekend in Calgary. Vancouver Rise emerge victorious for the first time at McMahon Stadium. On behalf of Jess Lisi and our entire team, I'm Nigel Reid. Thank you so much for watching.